What image comes to mind when you think of a proper writer? Most people have this preconceived notion that a real writer is someone who wears a scarf and sits around waxing poetic about the symbolism of the curtains being blue, or how bestsellers are only read by troglodytes, or pontificating about how Rene Girard's theory of mimetic desire has influenced postmodernism. Whatever the hell that means. As if you have to have a master's of fine arts in snobbery to call yourself a writer. Well, if this is what it means to be a proper writer, then I never want to be one. But I've seen this idea stop so many people from calling themselves a writer or ever hitting publish. They think, well, I don't look or act like that, so I must not be a real writer. And if I ever publish anything, those proper writers will tear me apart. Well, what if I told you there's a better way to be a writer, or any kind of creator, without turning into a pompous ass like this? And what if I laid out exactly why the opinions of these proper writers don't mean anything? Here's what I mean. I saw a post the other day from one of these pompous ass types of writers. He claimed that Tim Urban of Wait But Why magnifies mind-numbingly trite observations into ironically overwrought think pieces, creating a kind of pseudo-long-form storybook reading experience for the same people who buy adult coloring books. Elitist rhetoric like this keeps so many people from sharing their ideas with the world. It reminds me of the scene from South Park, where a bunch of snobs sit around farting into wine glasses and sniffing them because they're so self-righteous and stuck up.
So much better here with intellectuals, isn't it, boys?
This intellectual elitism is a goddamn plague in the world, especially in the creator space. Think of how long it may have taken you to start sharing your ideas, or how many people you know who want to create content but are terrified because of elitist pricks like this. You know the kind of writer I'm talking about. They typically look something like this. It's like their dress code requires a scarf and an air of superiority. But here's the great news. You don't have to be like them to call yourself a writer or any kind of creator. I don't ever want to be like these scarfs. Intellectual elitists sitting around mentally masturbating to how much better they are than everyone else. Because people like this don't live in the arena and will never create content that changes the world. Here's what I mean. I used to think being intelligent meant I was supposed to be arrogant and pompous like this, like so many scarfs are. Because it's easy to sit around and judge everyone else. Because there's always some fault you can hone in on if you look hard enough. Then I came across Theodore Roosevelt's Man of the Arena speech, and it changed everything. And the gist of it is basically, it is not the critic who counts. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. Scarfs don't make the world a better place. They're just critics comfortably sitting in the stands, pointing their fingers and judging everyone else. Their opinions are irrelevant. Their ideas are irrelevant. Their existence is irrelevant because they don't do anything. They don't build, they don't grow, they don't live. They just complain, judge, and look down their noses at everyone else. Creators who live in the arena are the only ones that matter because they're the ones who move society forward and empower others to reach their potential. I'm a creator because I want to change lives, not sit around debating the merits of postmodernism and its effects on the neo-renaissance of what the fuck ever is in vogue right now. And after I stepped into the arena, I realized all my favorite creators who lived in the arena had one thing in common. They were what are called warrior poets. A warrior poet is someone who engages in intellectual and physical pursuits to become the best versions of themselves in all areas of life. They don't waste time criticizing because they're too busy creating and helping others and themselves reach their potential. Some deadlift, some do martial arts, some run their own businesses, but all do something that forces them to embrace discomfort, cultivate tenacity and grit, and overcome adversity on a regular basis. Here are some of my favorite warrior poets. People like Brad Stolberg, Tim Ferriss, Dan Coe, Sahil Bloom, Jocko Willink. Tim Stoddart, James Clear, Nick Chewy Albin, and Toby Emmons Hawley. Side note, I'm well aware these are all dudes. These are just people I'm most familiar with and were top of mind when I was filming this. I'd love to find more representative examples of other warrior poets. So if you have more diverse examples, put them in the comments below. I'd love to check them out. But these people do hard shit daily. They take care of their families. They don't just read philosophy, they embody it. Their lives inform their writing, and their writing informs their lives, which makes them phenomenal writers and creators and entrepreneurs and people in general. Even Teddy Roosevelt himself practiced wrestling, boxing, judo, jiu-jitsu, and other martial arts, in addition to publishing 47 books and dozens of other works, plus the whole, being president thing. Warrior poets are the creators I most respect, am inspired by, and try to emulate every day. Some are current friends, some are hopefully future friends, because not only do they live in the arena, they figured out something scarfs never will. Living in the arena will make your content infinitely better than anything a scarf can create, because it's enriched with your lived experiences. The fact you have skin in the game, and the insights that only come from doing. Lifting makes me a better creator because it teaches me the importance of consistency. Jiu-jitsu makes me a better creator because it teaches me the skills of adaptability and emotional control. Entrepreneurship makes me a better creator because it teaches me the importance of value creation. And being a creator makes me better in all of these domains because it teaches me the power of collecting, synthesizing, and communicating complex concepts. This is the power of being a creator who lives in the arena, of being a warrior poet instead of a scarf who sits around stroking their own ego with an unearned sense of superiority. Do you have to lift heavy or be a martial artist to be considered a warrior poet? Of course not. Anyone can become a warrior poet and live in the arena, as long as you understand the philosophy behind it. It's about effort, not ego. It's about creating, not criticizing. It's about purpose, not pontification. Stepping into the arena, living in the arena with the other warrior poets is terrifying, exhilarating, and inspiring. The world has enough critics. It needs more creators living in the arena. I don't want to be with the scarfs sitting comfortably in the stands, looking down their noses at everyone else. I want to be in the arena with the warrior poets, putting myself and my ideas out there to make the world a better place. And if I fail, at least I failed daring greatly, so that my place shall never be with those cold and timid scarfs who neither know victory nor defeat. I hope to see you in the arena. If you want more deep dives into psychology, online business, and content creation, consider checking out the Creator Alchemy newsletter. New issues go out each week, and it's completely free to join. Check out the link in the description for more. Until next time, take it easy.